Welcome to a fragrance video. Today I'm going to talk about my top 5 fragrances that I'm looking forward to wearing this fall. Fall is when we transition to what I think a much better weather pattern. We start looking for a little bit cooler nights, easier sleeping, and what this does is it translates from wearing mostly fresh fragrances, heavy citruses, light aquatics, to fragrances that are a bit more, have depth, a little bit of spice, a little bit of sweetness, maybe have a little bit of the amber or leather notes in it. So when you get to reach for a fragrance during the fall, I think the reaching is that much better. The smells that much more deep, that much more rich. It's not just about the grapefruit, not just about the ambroxan. It's about good, rich, sweet, or spicy, leathery. Those type of smells become quickly available. So what I've done is I have collected 5 of my fragrances that weren't in my top 10. I'm going to keep for life. Figured put a spotlight on some of the fragrances that weren't in that video. Let's get to the list.
Dunhill Icon.
Here at number 5 is Dunhill Icon. Love the bottle. Absolutely wonderful bottle. This here could be worn, as far as I'm concerned, it could be worn year round. It is strong enough to be winter and fall, which is why I'm putting it here. But it does have a bunch of fresh notes that would work in spring. Maybe a bit much in the summer. Obviously, the bottle is just badass. Can't go wrong. Heavy, good. Let's spray it in the air. Very, very nice. This one has been described as zesty. And I tend to agree. What it has is it has neroli, which is the flower blossoms of orange trees, and black pepper, cardamom, and it has wood notes. It also, I think it has a little bit of lavender, a little bit of bergamot on the top to open it up. What you get is, again, zesty. It is just a little bit of spice from the cardamom and the black pepper, a little bit of freshness from the neroli and bergamot. It just kind of plays with those smells. And it's cost effective. I think this one is $45. Looks great on the shelf. And it's one of my biggest compliment pullers. It seems that there's a swath of the population, women population, that really like this one. Even online, it gets a lot more love than I would have expected. I have to say, for me personally, it is a little bit more sharp and piercing than maybe my personal style is, with the with that black pepper and the some of the other notes in here. Let's see, it's got other notes of juniper berries. Here's what I like: the leather, vetiver. A lot of stuff I like in this. It seems to have just a little bit more nose poke than a lot of other ones and brings attention that way. But it's a fine fragrance. I think it's pretty good. But there's a lot of people out there that thoroughly love this one. Dunhill Icon. Cost effective, great fall fragrance, and number 5 in my list.
Armani Code Black.
And here we come to number 4, Armani Code, or as I also have heard it called, Armani Code Black. This was the original. When I first started my journey, I got the Viva Pack from Shoppers Drug Mart, And what that is, they gave, I believe, 8 fragrances in little bottles. And this was one of them. And what you got is you paid $100, and I think it was $100. And when it was done, you got to pick got a certificate to get a bottle of of your favorite of the ones in that pack. Great way to gift a fragrance to someone. This here was the one that won. I spent weeks with these different samples, would wear them, bring them to work, ask the ladies that were there around me that were willing to listen, and some of the guys, to tell me which one of these ones I should pick. And this was the one that won, Armani Code. For me, this is a gentle, sweet with the tonka and slightly leather. It's got a little bit of the bergamot in it. Let's just spray it right here. Good sprayer. It's nice. It is kind of romantic, actually. If I was to describe it, it's a bit more smooth than the other one. It pioneered, I think it was one of the pioneers of that tonka being the base note. The leather in there is nice, well blended. If there was a complaint, it would be that it doesn't last terribly long. It has a very short lifespan, despite it being a little bit more rich, which is funny. You would have thought something like this would have lasted a bit longer with its scent profile, but it really doesn't. But when it is projecting, when it is on the skin, very few people don't like this one. Very, very well appreciated, complimented. You're not going to go wrong with Armani Code or Armani Code Black.
Prada Amber pour Homme.
And here at number 3, wouldn't be a list of mine if it didn't have at least one Prada. This list has 2. We have here is Prada Amber pour Homme. This could be a year-round fragrance. I think very much it is. It has the Prada sensibility of cleanliness is sexiness. So this one's a bit more austere. It has notes of saffron, gorgeous pure white musk. Let's just spray it. Has iris. It has amber notes or frankincense notes, vetiver. And the end result is it smells like a very rich, a very gorgeous, maybe even a little bit stern or a kind of strong, serious soap. It is gorgeously clean, lasts a long time, projects very well, then no one's not going to like it. You just smell very nice with this Amber Pour Homme. I like the bottle. It looks kind of cool. I like how it's thin. I would say that this one here is one of my soapy favorites. I could wear this during the summer, but when I think of summer, I think a little bit more playful with the citrus and everything. This one, though, for fall, for winter, gives that more cuddle, we're clean, let's spend time together. This one here is appreciated and a thoroughly enjoyable fragrance. Prada Amber Pour Homme.
Mandarina Duck Pure Black.
Here at number 2, we have Mandarina Duck Black, or Pure Black, depending on the bottle you got. This here was obviously inspired by the Armani Code. I can smell it in the background. This one here, cool butt. Spray it. Nice sprayer. Obviously, it's more cost effective. Oh, it's very, very nice. This one amps up the sweetness of the tonka, adds some more of the vanilla for additional sweetness. Still has a leather, still has the bergamot, still has some of that tobacco notes in it, but it also has a little bit of tangerine on the top. The end result, that sweetness, everything like that, it kind of gives the vibe of orange vanilla Coke for me. It's sweet, it's lovely. This is a playful, fun date night fragrance, especially in the fall and winter. It, again, suffers that it doesn't last overly long, but because of its cost, everything like that, you can reapply. This is appreciated. It is a kind of a younger leaning scent with its sweetness, but it's absolutely gorgeous and price effective. Good quality smelling juice. Mandarina Duck Black.
Prada Luna Rossa Black.
And here, at number one, it's going to be a Prada. That's just my jam. What can I say? This house is my absolute favorite. This here we have Prada Luna Rossa Black. This one here has actually a very small kind of note breakdown. I believe it's bergamot on the top. It's got the sweet tonka, a little bit of amber, a little bit of patchouli, some nice musk. That's essentially it. Cumarin is also in here. Gives a little bit of spiciness. So I'm going to spray this. I don't know how they do it. They don't list it, but it's got to have the same type of notes as the Prada Luna Rossa Sport, in that it still has that sweetness from the tonka. Must have some iris or lavender in it, or some iris in it to give it a little bit of smoothness. But the tonka, the musk, the cumarin give it a little bit of spicy, a little bit of intrigue, just making it that gorgeous. You couldn't complain about this at all. Lasts a good time, projects very well. It's an eau de parfum, which is stronger than a lot of the Prada fragrances. Just a touch of spicy, but with a Prada smoothness and a little bit of depth, a little bit of sweet. It's just, you got to give this a try. Absolutely gorgeous. And the bottle looks kind of cool too. Kind of looks like a Cylon in a suit. Prada Luna Rossa Black. So, that's my top 5 fall fragrances that I'm looking forward to wearing this year. Hope you enjoyed the video. Talk to you later.